It's 2:50, yes. And as much as you might think that I have some idea what's really going on in the rest of the world, I don't have any idea. All I know is what I read or what somebody tells me. And whatever you're saying, I have no idea what you're saying. Now, I do know that the petitioner did not sign this. Yeah. And I'm guessing that this is not the actual signature of Christy Miller. Yes. Mhm. And I did not know about protection orders in 2011, but there was a no contact order issued on Guam. Now, as I understand it, there was something about having to transfer jurisdiction from Guam to Washington State after I'd completed the 7 hours of parenting classes. Did you violate the requirements of the Violence Against Women's Act that there cannot be two protection orders at one time? So the arrest for 2012, yes, where my wife had filed for dissolution of marriage, yes, and then 3 days later had me arrested, yes, for the allegation of violating it, 24 days before when I called Healthy Families of Clallam County, yeah. There was actually a no contact order when you served me on Guam, because that's what the email says. Yes, the public defender's office on Guam didn't realize that there was actually no jurisdiction for the issuance of a protection order in Washington State. Well, it's not only fraudulent that you issued it because you violated my right to due process, it happens to be a crime to issue two protection orders from two different jurisdictions. Now, I've asked you to remove it. Maybe somebody could read that email from Richard Dirks to the prosecuting attorney's office on Guam. Yeah, because I think that when you issued it in Washington State, when there was a no contact order on Guam, yeah, and Heidi wasn't going to appear in court. Yes, seems that the judge at that time was a little upset that she had left with my son's pooch. And she had purchased plane tickets and she had committed the crime of domestic violence when she hit me. Yes. That it is an actual international child abduction. Oh. Now, if you search these drives, yeah, it's a little difficult for me to be able to do it on a smartphone. Yes. But you can search for DIRX. Yes. I put on Facebook the two drive. Um, well, it's a PDF. Yeah, file type PDFs. Um, you might be able to see the emails. Is there any truth to the truth that you can't have two different jurisdictions issuing no contact orders? It's that, well, then you had no jurisdiction in 2011 to issue the protection order because they'd already issued it when I was on Guam when I was arrested and I went before the magistrate. Now, I know this is a big technicality, okay? Heidi got here on the 3rd, yes. And you issued a temporary protection order on the 8th, yeah. That would have been the 7th on Guam, yes. Now we can get out the calendar, pooch. But I was arrested on Sunday, just a second here. I was arrested on the 2nd of July, right, of 2011, pooch. And I would have been arraigned at the next go-to date, yes. 2nd of July, yeah. Um, hmm, of July 2nd. That was a Saturday, yeah. The 4th of July, they were closed because that was 4th of July weekend. The 5th, which would have been the 6th in Washington State. And I think that when I was arraigned before the magistrate, yes, that they had decided to continue to hold me. Yes. Now, I signed for the diversion probably on the 7th. Yeah. That would have been the 8th in Washington State. I think they did have jurisdiction, and I think that they were the first to issue the no contact order. Ooch. Now, I know. What if you both did it on the same day, considering they're a day ahead and you're a day behind? Is there some sort of. I think they had jurisdiction because of the arrest. Now, I had agreed to do 7 hours of parenting classes, and I got evaluated for drug and alcohol, and I had no problems because I hadn't drank or done any drugs for 20 years. And the evaluation suggested parenting classes for 12 and under, yes, and marriage reconciliation. Well, by the time that I was in jail, as probably a condition of diversion until I'd completed the parenting classes, yes, that there was a no contact order. Now, from 2011 until today, it's been 7 years and 3 months. Yeah. Now, it looks to me like you actually did not have any jurisdiction for the issuance of the permanent protection order on August 12th of 2011. Yes. Now, when I moved, okay, they could have moved the jurisdiction of the protection order. Yes. But until I moved on January 7th of 2012, yes, jurisdiction would have stayed on Guam as long as I was on Guam. Yes. So really, you're getting sued, right, for not having any jurisdiction at all for the issuance of the protection order in 2011. And then when you reissued it on May 31st of 2012, you're getting sued for reissuing a protection order that you had no jurisdiction to issue. And then when you reissued it again, you're getting sued again. And when you reissued it again, you're getting sued again. And when you reissued it again, you're getting sued again. Now, the original jurisdiction would have been Guam, right? Just search for DIRX. Now, I know that this is a fraudulent protection order because I told you that. And, and then you didn't change my address for 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. Yeah. Exactly what address was used as my address for the issuance of the protection order that you issued in 2011. Now I'm thinking you used 1023 Kitchen Dick Road for the reissuance of it on May 31st, since I was living at that location in a fifth wheel. Yeah. And then when I look at Jefferson County, still had this 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. Yes. And that was in 2017. Yeah. And you made me go back and forth from here to Jefferson County when I had the evidence that I did not waive my right to a speedy trial. I wanted to admit the evidence that I wasn't in Sequim, Washington. What exactly is the problem? Is it Mike Van Proyen, that Pastor Mike Van Proyen continued to receive my mail? Um, well, from the time you reissued it, I mean, when you served me and you arrested me at the same time as serving me the dissolution of marriage, it was at the fifth wheel, yes. And then you didn't reissue it until 2012. So I don't think I got any actual court documents until um, May 28th of 2012. Yes, at that very address. So from 2012, you were sending mail to Mike Van Proyen, the same Mike Van Proyen that turned the electricity off on me in the middle of winter. Yes. The same Mike Van Proyen that wouldn't fix the water heater so that I couldn't take a shower for 9 days. Yes. The same Mike Van Proyen that kept everything that I owned when I left the fifth wheel. When I went to my grandmother's house for the Christmas of 2012. Yes. And never contacted me about where are all my personal belongings. Where is my passport? Where's my wedding ring? Ooch. Where's the the Eisenhower dollars. The same Mike Van Proyn that arranged for a photograph of my sister, yes, to be photoshopped in as the actual image of his wife, yes, so as to exploit his adopted daughter from Haiti. The same Mike Van Proyn. Is that the Mike Van Proyn we're talking about? Now, when you turn the electricity off on me in the middle of winter, yes, and I had given Marilyn a $400 check from my grandmother so that I could find a place to live and I could move all my belongings. And Mike got tired of waiting. It's similar to the family's way of doing things where if something doesn't happen the way you want, you just say, well, fuck this fucker. I'm just going to throw him out. I had a similar problem with getting thrown out of various locations for the last 7 years. And in fact, my netbook and all my personal belongings are still at that rental house. Now, did somebody want to tell me what Pastor Mike Van Proyen did with everything that I left in that fifth wheel after he turned the electricity off on me in the middle of winter, after he refused to fix the water heater so that I could have hot water? Where did you want to ask Pastor Mike Van Proyen exactly how it was that he got a picture of my sister? Where's my personal belongings? Where's my passport? Where's my wedding ring? Where's all of the items that I sent from the shipping container on Guam? Why is it that the pastor feels no compulsion to have to enforce the laws of the United States? Well, since it's 2018 and it's been almost 6 years, I would say that he stole my personal items. See, when I told Mike that he had to motion the court to evict me, yes, he decided he could turn the electricity off and freeze me out of the fifth wheel. And when I didn't return because of the threat of a trespassing on that property, which you would think that threatening me, I have the text messages if you'd like to see them. He would have obligated the court to change the address because I remember staying at the Serenity House. Yes. In fact, I can charge up that cell phone and I can read it to you. In fact, I'll just do that because it seems that Clallam County allows for. Well, he said that law enforcement would arrest me if I went on the property. I'm going to want to speak to Marilyn Van Proyen. And I'll charge up the cell phone so we can read the text message together.